And this is for every job type. I don't care if you applying to be like the Chuck E. Cheese mascot or you finna say next on 9 at TJ Maxx, my nigga. It really don't matter to me. You need to be business professional every single time in life. And for the people who just put their information in like the text box of the application, no resume, no cover letter, no nothing, you're crazy. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, Greg, I can't afford that. My nigga, if you don't go buy that shit from H&M, go to the interview and return that shit the next day, my nigga, then you don't want the job bad enough. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If we keep it in the band. For instance, you better convince some niggas at the staffing agency that you can whip that goddamn forklift like it's Tokyo Drift, my nigga. Like, shit like that. I feel as if you have time to feel sorry for yourself, you have time to pick yourself up too. That's how I think. What it do, YouTube? You know, it is your boy Greg coming at you again with another banger today, man. Now listen, I'm not gonna waste your time on the intro. Y'all went crazy in the how to make money video, and I'm like, damn, I told them I was gonna come back and fuck with them. They did crazy, and y'all did. So I remember in like the beginning of the how to get money video, I told y'all that you needed to get a job in order to try to get some money first. And then I'm like, damn, how am I gonna tell them how to get a job without telling them how to get a job? So I'm like, dang, I guess that's what we finna do today. So this is gonna be a whole series. I got more videos with this plan, created what we ain't finna get into right now. But with that being said, man, I'm finna teach y'all how to get a job. So let's do it. Yeah. Now to start off, to be honest with you, the job market is not good. Shit right now, I'm not gonna lie. And with that being said, this is not like back in the day, like where you could go put in an application at McDonald's and 2 weeks later you'd be closing on the night shift. Like, this is nothing like that. I think nowadays, like, you gotta do like 3 interviews to be like a drive-through cashier, and that's actually crazy. Like, once you say that shit like out loud, it's fucking insane. And as messed up as it is, I feel as if you need to accept it as it is, and then you try to put forward the effort to try to at least get something. So with that being said, I think we should talk about what is your job niche. Now, job niche is like IT, healthcare, education, business management, etc. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not gonna lie, depending on where you are right now, the job niche really might not matter. And you might have to just get something to get something. Like, I feel like a lot of people think that nowadays you kind of have the luxury of choice. You kind of do, but you really don't at the same time, if we're gonna keep it a band. Because in my last video, if you don't have a job, but if you do, you really cannot focus on what really niche is until you have the experience. So let's go to the next thing. Experience. Now I'm going to be transparent. A lot of you are applying to jobs that you 1000% aren't qualified for and then being mad that you don't get the jobs. I never understood that kind of logic. Like, when I said it out loud, it didn't sound smart, right? So why would you even say that? Why would you even do that? Why are you wasting people's time? But for example, and there ain't nothing wrong with this, but you cannot be the fry cook at Burger King for 2 years and then trying to go be the admin assistant at the clinic down the street. It just don't work like that, dog. So when you're applying for jobs, I need you to ask yourself this. Do I have the experience to succeed in this role if they hire me tomorrow? That's how you really need to ask yourself. And the answer is yes, and then good. But if the answer is no, we need to go look at that resume again. Now, I guess we can talk about the next thing. Resumes. A resume is literally the introduction, the first communication that you have with your employer. This is the time where you need to sell yourself, market yourself. The purpose of a resume is to let the employer know what you yourself bring to the table. This is where you're putting on paper, where you're speaking on the experience that we just talked about. And while we're talking about it, I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of y'all have no marketable skills at all. And then being mad that you putting out 1,000 applications and not getting nothing, you just want somebody to take pity on you. And I'm sorry, I just want to be real. Nobody owes you that courtesy. The world owes you no courtesy whatsoever. So what you need to do is you need to go take that fucking courtesy for your goddamn self, to be honest with you. In my opinion, you really need to stand out. You need to have a skill set to where if somebody looks at your resume, they're like, I think that this person would be great for this role, actually. Call them in. And for the people who just put their information in like the text box of the application, no resume, no cover letter, no nothing, you're crazy. I don't know what you expected to get that job, but know what? Do what you want. I don't recommend it, but hey, who am I? Just a regular guy. And listen, I'm not gonna lie, this video do well enough, I'll make a video specifically about resumes. We can put one together ourselves. I promise you, bro. We on the nerdy shit like that. Not even nerdy, but some skills that you really need to have. So with that being said, you got the resume together, cover letter, you know what it is. Now let's talk about how many you need to put out. Application volume. I'm now gonna be honest with you. I see people say all the time, like, listen, I put in 10, 20 applications and I never got any calls back. And I'm like, dang. Do you think you're the only unemployed person in the world? I just never understood the logic behind that. I feel as if people need to understand you're still competing with people with years more experience than you, X amount of years, etc. To be honest, you are not going to get a call back for every application that you put in. Now listen, in my personal opinion, I'm telling you, quantity over quality in my opinion. Put them just out. Tailor the resume to the job description, whatever you gotta do, bro. But keep putting them out. If you got time to sit on YouTube and watch a video like this, you got time to be on your phone. Your phone is like a computer. Put your resume and your cover letter on there. You can apply to jobs just like that. Listen, ask anybody who really know me. I was putting in 70 to 100 applications a day, everywhere. Work from home, hybrid, on-site, everything, bro. I was putting in everything. I said, somebody gonna call me, goddamn it, and somebody's going to call you. I don't know, like, if this is not like, I don't know if somebody, all y'all just got terrible luck, and I'm not even trying to talk shit, but it's like, why don't you keep going? Keep trying until it works. I just never understood you stopping it just because it's not working. You need the money, you need the job. Put all them applications in. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. So listen, you got the job, application put in, resume file. They said, bring them in. You go into the interview. So let's talk about that next. The interview. Now listen, to talk about interviews, if you don't understand anything from this video, dress business professional. I don't care what the job is. I need the dress shirt, the matching sports coat with the matching pants, little dress shoes, bro. Niggas might call that the H&M special. You get that shit at H&M for like $60, top and bottom, no bullshit. And this is for every job type. I don't care if you applying to be like the Chuck E. Cheese mascot or you finna say next on 9 at TJ Maxx, my nigga. It really don't matter to me. You need to be business professional every single time, in my opinion. I feel as if that kind of sets a standard for you yourself that you need to uphold, and then you will stand out as well. Don't show up to an interview with a t-shirt and cargo pants. This is not finna work out for you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, Greg, I can't afford that. My nigga, if you don't go buy that shit from H&M, go to the interview and return that shit the next day, my nigga, then you don't want the job bad enough. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If we keep it in the band, you need to show up 30 minutes before the interview. You need to do research on the company as well. I don't care if it's McDonald's. You need to know everything there is to know about Ronald McDonald. I'm not gonna care to you. What I'm trying to tell you is that you need to show interest that you want this job. For instance, you better convince some niggas at the staffing agency that you can whip that goddamn forklift like it's Tokyo Drift, my nigga. Like, shit like that. Sell yourself, market yourself. Like I said, bro, it's easy. It's hard, but it's easy at the same time. And if it don't work out, bro, at least you're getting the practice that you need to get the interview. Because I feel like interviewing can really be a job in itself. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you once you like do it like everything else you do it a bunch of times, it gets easier. I will lie to you. Now let's go ahead and get to the final point. It's not what you know, sometimes it's who you know. One thing I feel as if people need to accept is that your skill set one day might not be enough to get you to that next level. And with that being said, I feel as if there are a multitude, like a great deal of doors that are opened by others just by knowing them. So I would encourage you to try to go ahead and build connections with people. And I understand that sometimes it's hard to put yourself out there and talk to people, you know, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't like people a lot myself. I really don't like people at all. I feel as if, like, for instance, you know, like that person you would pass in the hallway every day when you were in school, you would just say like, what's up to him every single day. This will go on for months. You don't know his name, nothing, bro. But like the first time you see him like outside the hallway in a different environment, you're like, oh shit, my nigga. And you know, like shit, like that's building a connection. It's as simple as that. Hi, how you doing every single day? That really builds something with people. You just try it. And the more that you do it, like I said earlier, like the more that you do it, the easier it'll become, and it'll just be second nature to you at some point. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. Remember that. Now, with all this being said, I do feel as if people expect things to work out for them just because they want it to. And the reality is the world does not work like that at all. I feel as if before people get online and like complain and start crying about not being able to get a job, I feel as if you need to put your 100% into it. And that's when you can do that. Actually, forget that. If you put your 100% into it, go to 101%, 102, 103 until you get a job, bro. Like, just keep trying, bro. I feel as if you just give up because it just seems bleak. And I know people got bills, like I said, bro, but sitting on your ass all day not gonna do nothing. If we keep it in the bands, they're not gonna save you. They're not gonna save you, I promise. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with feeling sorry for yourself, but feeling sorry for yourself over a long period of time, what is that going to do? I feel as if you have time to feel sorry for yourself, you have time to pick yourself up too. That's how I think. That's how I think this whole job process really needs to go. Now, with that being said, man, that is it for today's seminar. Now, listen, I told y'all I'm gonna make a playlist. I got the credit builder video coming. I got the side hustle video coming. I told y'all I wasn't gonna lie to you about it. But with that being said as well, if you like today's video, drop me a little like. Look, comment, man. Hey, if you fuck with the kid, like my little personality, drop me a little sub too. Like I said, if you haven't seen the How to Get Money playlist, I got the new playlist. Hit that card, go watch that. Come back and watch this one. Other videos gonna be in the description box below. Social media description box below as well. Yeah, I'll see you next time. All right. I appreciate you watching. It has been your boy Greg, and yeah, y'all be easy, man. Stay.